misinformation that's been put out on what this charter amendment does, what it would do for your neighborhoods, and what would happen if we don't have something like this. I've been in the interior business in Houston for 40 years. There's never been a time since I've been in this business that I've seen city council, or for that matter, a commissioner's court, do something to help the rank and file person in the city of Houston and to fix streets and to fix drainage. At this point, 60 to 65% of all the streets and drainage facilities in the city of Houston are at obsolescence, need to be rebuilt. That's about a $10 billion number. That number's so big, it's impossible for anybody to understand. But we looked at what it would take to do this, and we looked at the funding sources that the city had, and the first thing we decided was we needed to lock the money in a box where the city council would quit taking it and using it for other things. So the primary thing this charter amendment does is establishes a dedicated fund where all the money for street drainage goes. And this is a change to the Constitution of the city of Houston. A lot of conversation that it doesn't lock it up. It locks it up as good as state law will let you lock it up. It puts it in a fund that cannot be diverted. The example that the city has is the airport fund. The airport fund is not rated. The city council cannot get to it. They've tried. It cannot be done. This is going to be locked the same way. Now, there are four components of what's in the proposition. One of them says we're currently spending 11.8 cents of your tax dollars to retire the debt for streets and drainage. We're paying $157 million a year in debt service, and we're getting less than $100 million a year worth of improvements. That doesn't make physical sense. This would change this to a pay-as-you-go system. There'd be an impact fee that would be charged in new development areas when the city puts in facilities. There would also be a provision that we'd capture all the dollars from Metro, from TxDOT, from stimulus money, anything that is set up for streets and drainage that comes to the city of Houston gets locked in the box. The fourth item is, in fact, the drainage fee. The drainage fee is to be set up in accordance with state law. State law says it's a fee no matter what Norman Adams says. It is a fee under state law. It is not a tax. Tax is based on the ad valorem value or on the value of a product. So we pay sales tax, we pay ad valorem tax. This is a user fee. Everybody has the right to compute the user fee however they would like, but it is a fee, and anybody calls it anything other than a fee is distorting what is in state law. The state decides who gets exempt and who doesn't get exempt. There are some provisions where churches and or schools might be exempt when city council ultimately votes. That's not my decision, but I would tell you that the mayor has said she thinks the equitable way is everybody that produces water should pay for the water they produce. Here's what my concern is. If groups like this defeat this, there hadn't been anything in 40 years to fix your neighborhoods. I'm going to say there'll never even be another effort in the next 10 years to do anything. And we're going to be out of bond money this next year. There is no more drainage money after next year. And we're going to be sitting around and become a cesspool, and we're going to become a Detroit. Now, I heard about all the people that defeated this in 2003. Not one of them has offered a solution for how to get the streets rebuilt in your neighborhood. What we're after is a way to rebuild the streets and drainage systems and make things work just a little bit better. What's the equitable way? The equitable way, I think, is in fact to pay based on the size of your facility and the amount of your impervious cover. And I assume that we're going to have time to have questions and answers as well. I do have a little spreadsheet form that I brought, which does give you the four provisions that are in the petition. It tells you what the plan was. It tells you what the fee schedule looks like. And it also will give you a summary of what the total dollars are. This is a program that is desperately needed in the city, or you're going to see people move out of your neighborhoods. You're going to see home values drop. You're going to see loss of people in your congregations and in your parishes. And this is something that will reestablish Houston. And it's never been done. It's a very conservative solution to the problem if you're into the actual financial stuff. I think my church needs to pay the drainage fee. I think that will help our neighborhood. It'll give us a chance to have better streets in our neighborhood, and it'll help all the people around out.